It would be the first thing that happens. I lose my ears.
You're live, my dear.
I am live. Hey, what's going on, everybody? And welcome to Hazys. You know at any point that you like what you're watching, to give it the thumbs up. Hey, don't forget to click that subscribe button. Click it for more. Thank you all for coming. Those of you that are not here right now, you're going to get your chance to subscribe and give those likes in the future. So I look forward to that. So we're here today with LIly Ma from Unlocking LIly. And she's got her own channel as well with all kinds of great live stuff. How are you doing today, LIly?
I'm doing amazing. I'm really excited for today's live event. I think last time we did a nice test, but today I think we have some questions that I'm going to be asking you. And I think you have some questions for me as well.
Absolutely.
Nice, nice. Okay. How about we get right into it? I have a question for you. It comes from one of your viewers, okay? So all of these questions are coming from the subscribers of Evan Carmichael's channel, and I'm bringing some of them to get a different, unique perspective on some of the questions that we have. So the first question is coming from Carrie. Carrie's asking, just recently decided that I grew out of most of my friendships. How do I meet other successful entrepreneurs to connect with? What's your opinion on that?
Well, that's amazing right there, because that's a great question, because that's I think what's happening right here and right now. I don't know why this is doing this to me. I know everybody loves a foggy hazy, right? When you can't see the camera image. Anyways, I think kind of like even one of the ways that I approached it. Say if you spend time on YouTube or social media, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you are, you can search out. There's the groups of people that are just like yourself, that are looking to get into a business, start a business. They're looking to clean up and push forward with their lives. So, I mean, what better way to do that than to follow some of those groups, meet some of those people, and start chatting and making comments. Comment on their posts, watch the videos, be part of the community. If you want to be part of it, you have to put yourself into it. And I think if you put yourself into it, you will grow yourself in there, and you'll make new friends, and they'll all be the types of people that you're looking for, because now you're talking and chatting and speaking all on the same certain basis. I think it should be fairly simple. If that's what you want to do, it's everywhere nowadays. That's my answer.
I love it. That's your final answer.
That's my final answer.
Final answer.
Say that?
Sure. Why not? Who cares about that's? Anyways, I don't know. Maybe you can't say that.
It's live. You said it. It's over with now.
All right. Well, it's like what you did, Hazy. You came to Toronto to come meet with us a week ago, I believe, or the week before that. A couple of weeks ago, we had a meeting for our filming. So once a month, we do all our videos at our dance studio. It's located in Toronto. And then we thought it would be a good idea to invite some of the fans of the channel to come meet with us. You got into your car and drove, what, 5-6 hours to get here?
Yeah, it was about 5.5 hours.
5.5 hours to come all the way here. What's going on with the camera? There you go.
It's driving me crazy. Is it clear on your end or not? I hate to cut you off and ask that stupid question, but it's for some reason.
You're one foggy guy. Oh, there you go. That's better. That's better. Not still.
It hates me.
It doesn't want to focus on you.
No, and it was working fine just a few ago.
I think it's because you're constantly moving back and forth. It doesn't.
I know I can't sit still. That's another problem I have.
Yeah, just have to strap yourself down. It'll be fine. Have like a car seat. So anyway, the point that I was making earlier is the fact that Hazy came all the way from Detroit to come see us in Toronto. And during that process, he was able to connect with Evan, which now you have an interview with him. There's also other entrepreneurs that were standing outside while we were filming. There was a group of you congregating and sharing information and sharing business cards and all of that. That's one way of doing it. Of course, YouTube is an amazing place to meet and connect with different entrepreneurs. A lot of my really good friends that I have who are entrepreneurs, I've never met before in person, ever in my entire life, because I connected with them through YouTube. It's just a matter of starting. You just got to start. start, go meet people. I know it feels extremely vulnerable because maybe it's the first time you're going out there networking. Put your best foot forward, and a couple of things to do about that is be yourself. You know, I know it's the worst advice in the world is to say, just be yourself. Like, what does that even mean? How does that even look like? I think it comes from the intention that you want to bring to the event. So, for example, I'll ask you, Hazy, when I'm done this. So every single networking event that you go to, what is the intention behind it? The intention behind it is to connect with people, to become friends with them. In Carrie's situation, she wants to connect with people who are like her. So go with that intention, and don't go with the holding on to the intention that everyone's going to judge you, because when you feel like that, automatically that's what transfers onto everybody else. And the worst thing is leaving feeling like you did not firmly represent who you truly are. So that's that. I'm curious to find out, what kind of intention did you have when you came to Toronto?
Well, you know, similar. Oh man, my lighting. I want to smash my lights. Well, give me 1 second. I'm going to answer that question. Unhazy this room. It's driving me insane.
Okay.
My unorthodox system of live streaming here. There's even more light in here. It's just screwing with me on purpose. Camera. See, I have a window up there. It doesn't work.
I know, this is all part of it. It's all live. That's what happens.
I know. You know what? One of these days, it'll never be right. Wow. I can't fathom how in the same lighting, it worked perfectly before the stream, and then now it's just playing this game. This is a really good camera. This thing is supposed to do 4,000K. It is doing less than 480. Let me see here. If I do this,
it looks like you're someone is interrogating you when you put your.
I know, you know what? Oh, that's why I should have titled this stream.
Tell me who did it. Tell me who did it. Oh, there. Oh, that's perfect. You look great. Okay.
All right. So what my intentions were when I'd come out there, I wanted to meet everybody. You know, I've been watching the Evan Carmichael channel for a long time, a couple of years now, you know, at least. And for maybe about a year or so, I've been, you know, I comment and stuff just in the same fashion. I wanted to, you know, meet new people, you know, whether like you, Evan, Luca, you know, any of the guys on the team, or just the people in general. You know, I'm on YouTube, right? I love to be part of YouTube, part of the community. I want to grow with the right batches of people, you know, and with the things that I love. So, you know, being that I've been starting a business and working to go forward, I wanted to be around and meet people that can say, this is what you need to do to go forward, because you're so scatterbrained, screwed up that you're not making it there. You know, and I know that's not 100% true, because each day, little by little, everything gets better and better and better. You just don't see all of those little add-ons in each step right away. It takes a long time, and then you can look back and see the progressive pile that built up. But it's great to be around people or speak with people that have that same will and want to say, yeah, do this. You need to do what you believe in. Because like, even in my particular case, I have a couple of those people that say, go, go, go. But a lot of them are just like, no, you need to do this. You need to do this, and you need to do this. And it's like, no, you know what? That's not, I know deep down in my heart and soul, you don't need to be surrounded with those types of people. You need to be around the people that, you know, that have will and willpower and want to push forward and see a big, bright future. So I was kind of hoping that when I was coming out there, with what I saw portrayed in the videos and Evan's videos, and the way that he speaks about his parents, his family, and his friends, that, you know, I get to come out and shake hands with somebody that has that kind of a killer attitude to be around. And then not only did I get to meet Evan, I got to meet you, Timo. I knew Timo was going to be cool. So the whole thing was fantastic. It was just kind of like, it was just what I pictured.
Yeah.
I hope that answers that question.
It does. It does. I think you represented yourself fully. And that's the reason why we're here doing this in the first place, right? If you hadn't come out to Toronto, we wouldn't be doing this live right now. I probably wouldn't have even known you at this point.
No.
It's all, and then who knows through this connection, what other connections are going to open up for you.
That's true too. You know what? And I don't, and obviously didn't like throw that aside because we're sitting here doing a live stream right now. And, when we spoke about doing the first one, possibly, it was like, that would be really cool because, now there's a collaboration on common ground. It's going to attract something. It should attract good, positive attention because there's a lot of people out there that are in the same situations that are trying or want to try. They want to get started. They just don't know where to go, who to meet up with, who to talk to, or how to take those first steps to jump off the road that they're on and get off that dirt road and get onto the pavement and start heading where you want to, and not just sitting still and watching the world pass you by.
That makes me sad. That makes me so sad to know that people are sitting around and letting the world pass you by. I think there's I don't know, maybe it's like turning 30 or something like that. It's like my mortality started kicking in. It's like everything that I want to do 5 years from now, I need it to happen right now at this moment. And there's something beautiful about having the impatient and also putting something out there that's not 100% perfect. I see this a lot in my coaching clients. A lot of them want to have a perfect plan. They want have everything figured out. But the truth is, you're not going to have everything figured out. You have to start as soon as possible. And you just said it, like having the world pass you by. That's a sad thought, really sad thought.
And you never know how quickly that it will pass you by. As sad as that thought is too, you may have 50 years, you may have 10 minutes, you never know when that time is coming by. So why, you're going to have bills, you're going to have problems. Life's going to be tough. You have to just go. If there's really something that you believe in, or your heart's just pounding away at you, telling you, go for it, go for it. You will make it work because you want it so bad. You have no other choice. When you want something and you believe in it and you go forward, it does come true. It cannot. Once you put the focus into your mind, it becomes a reality. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this before, and this is a lousy negative side effect, but also at the same time, it's a positive thing. Take somebody that would be like particularly somebody who's a cheater, right? Say you have a relationship and it's a wonderful relationship. Things go by great for so many years. But then one day, one of you has a spark in your mind that says, that person looks great. Maybe I want to, I'm kind of interested in them, but I'm married. Well, you just planted a seed. If you want a great relationship or a great anything, you believe in it, you keep your mind focused on it, and you roll forward with it. A seed of destruction doesn't get planted. A seed of mispath doesn't get planted. Your tree just continues to grow, and you become like a big, beautiful thing if you stay focused and go. There is no going backwards. You will hit your goal. That's what I believe anyways. I don't know if I'm off track on any. Did I skip out anywhere? I don't know.
I like it. It's just I actually have a different perspective on that. You're mentioning about partners. I'm married, right? And I have been married for, my husband's going to kill me, 2.5 years now, right? And I think what it is it's about loyalty. It's about loyalty to your partner. It's not necessarily to do with who you're attracted. There's so many attractive people in this world. And I think I'm with my husband is because I'm loyal to them. And there are a lot of attractive people that come across in my life, but I could still stay loyal. It's not because I don't find anybody else attractive. I don't know. I look at it very differently.
No. But I understand what you're saying though, because beauty's everywhere. And you're not going to shut your eyes off to it. You can't. It's impossible.
Yeah.
But that's not, it ties to that. But I mean more or less along the lines of like, you'll get those wheels turning to
Yes.
progressively go forward. And if you
That's
start to
different.
think,
That's very different. That's different. That is like, actually taking action towards it and planning.
yeah, you will work your way there. If you start thinking the action, eventually you'll create the action.
Yeah. So guys, don't think the action. That is the message of the day. That's all I gotta say.
But suck up everything beautiful you see, because you only have so much time again.
All right. We do have some people in the chat coming along. We got Warren. Warren is there. And
oh, Warren. Hey, buddy. Warren Duvall.
So nice to see you, Warren. It's great to meet you. And we also have Frozen Fury 009 dropped a like and stopped by to support and hope you're all doing well. Amazing.
Thank you for stopping by.
Got some support as well. If you guys have any questions, please write in the chat. Otherwise, we're going to continue to answer each other's questions and follow curiosity. Yeah. Do you have any questions?
Do I have any questions? Yeah, I guess I do have a question.
I
haven't prepared a question. It might not have been the best question to prepare, but you know what? For me, this is one of my biggest problems is organization and time management.
Okay.
I'm scatterbrained with it. You know what I mean? There's so many things, stupid ears falling out again. Why don't they just stay? Getting scatterbrained. I get so many different things going on that sometimes I get ahead of myself, right? I'll start working on one thing and like say, maybe I'm working on a video, but then I start working on a song and I have billing to do for actual physical work. Then maybe somebody calls in and then they have a job for me. I haven't slept yet, but I'm trying to do all of them at the same time. It's like, you know what? I don't know how to just get that straight. You know what I mean? I just end up doing things in like a weird progressive fashion. So how do you put things like that in a controlled form?
Great. Multitasking is the death of all productivity.
I feel like that. It's the biggest headache in the world. I mean, it's pressure.
Absolutely. I used to pride myself in being a multitasker. I'm like, I had this myth that women are amazing multitaskers. Like they're bouncing a baby, they're cooking, or, they're like, closing all sorts of deals, painting a Picasso painting all at the same time. So I used to be on the school of thought of that. But what I realized that what it does is you're really good at getting distracted. That's what multitasking is. You're getting good at getting distracted. So a couple of things to keep in mind when you feel like your earphone is popping out or the camera is not focusing on anything like that is you have to tell yourself to be present. And one of the things that I covered in my video is saying, I'm back. So as soon as your brain is like, la, 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 I'm back. And bring it to the present moment. And that is going to really help you. It's meditation. That's what it is. But I know meditation is not accessible for everybody. It's kind of a weird esoteric notion. So really just tell yourself to bring it back to the present. That's first things first. And also get into the mindset thinking that multitasking is a death of all productivity. Just put that in your mind. And always tell yourself that you're present. Come back.
It's so hard. I mean, when all of those things are there to do and they're coming at you, it's like, I gotta get it done. 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 I don't want a bigger pile. I want to be done. And then you start rushing and then immediately it's all that pressure starts building up. It's like, oh my God, I can't do this now. There's so much to do. And to get that, to like wheel it back and to stop and think about it, that is so hard to do.
Yeah, of course. So that's one thing to kind of keep that. And sometimes we're backlogged a lot, and then now you have to play catch up. The first thing to do is like lay out everything that you need to do. Part of the things I get my clients to do is they love to do a lot of things at the same time. They're like, but I'm passionate about guitars and I want to do juggling and then I want to sing, but at the same time I have these things to do. So I'm like, okay. So really prioritize, make a list of everything that is absolutely priority for you. There are certain things that are just non-negotiables that you have to do. That's first things first. And get real with yourself. Be honest. Like, do you really need to do all of those things on your own? Or can you possibly delegate? That's another thing too, is how can you delegate certain duties that you no longer want to do? So make a list. Be honest with yourself. Do you really need to do all of those things? And if it's a yes, then look at a way to delegate some of those duties to someone else. And then thirdly is start following a schedule. Have a schedule of some kind. As entrepreneurs, we have the freedom to do whatever we want, but also it kind of puts us in a bad spot if we get distracted too easily. We're like, next shiny thing, that shiny thing, everything is like so shiny and attractive, but we need to focus because we got shit to do. So have a schedule, put everything on there, and really just focus on those duties. Like treat it as like it's the most important thing in the world. Like treat it as if it's an emergency. Like for example, if your basement flooded tomorrow,
Oh God,
probably happened already. That's what you're thinking. If your basement flooded, listen, just hear me out. You will make that your utmost important priority. So every single task needs to be that important and just focus on that task alone and not anything else. I know it's hard, but it takes a lot of discipline to get there.
it does.
And try for a month. My ask is always try for a month. And then after a month, if you feel like it's not working out, you could always adjust. But it's don't multitask. It's the death of all productivity, in my opinion. Monotasking is the way to go. I monotask all the time. I never multitask. I'm always monotasking and I get so much more done. I know it's hard. It's a mindset shift. Monotasking, multitasking, it's the thing in the 80s. Monotasking is where we're at now.
Yeah, it's like a whole bunch, that multitasking is a whole bunch of little accomplishments without anything greater in one shot.
Distraction. It's all distraction. Everything is the emails binging, this, that, everything going on. It's all distraction. I don't actually check my emails during the day, unless I'm waiting for someone to email me. But I usually send emails late at night. I don't focus on it. It's a major distraction for people.
You know what? On that note, with the late night thing, do you have a recommendation for anybody that was maybe not? We know now we're not supposed to multitask. We're going to monotask. But if you were monotasking all day long, what would be the best time to get to sleep? Like what time frame is good enough or a proper amount of sleep for somebody to keep getting it up and doing it all over again without burning themselves out? Or is that impossible?
Very personal. That's a very personal, that's a personal question. It depends on the person. I think I used to stay up all sorts of hours of the night, and I still do. I'm not great at it, to be honest. I don't sleep that much, but I also don't feel like I need that much sleep either. For the past decade or so, I have sustained like 5 hours of sleep a night, which is not good in general.
No.
And as I'm getting older, also it depends on your physicality as well. Some people are very active and they play tons of sports. It's very important for them to be fit. So that requires a lot of healing. And for your muscles to heal, you need to sleep. And some people don't require. It's very, very personal. I think the important thing is it's not so much how much you sleep as the quality of sleep that you get. A couple of things to keep in mind. If you can't go to sleep at night, just I meditate. I don't look at blue lights before I go to bed, but I'm not perfect either, okay? Like sleep is something that I don't get enough of, and I'm still trying to be better at it. So
I guess it's true. It'd be different for everybody, different situations.
Very, very personal. It's a very personal option for you.
I did have my basement flood too, by the way.
That's why you're stressed out.
Multiple times. Yeah, I did a video. If anybody here is watching that, go back, check that. It's a quickest plumbing repair video. Should have seen that one. I had the water meter that was down in the basement of the house blew out of the floor, it just exploded, and water was shooting out of the concrete, blasting into the ceiling, just like a rocket. And I mean, within minutes, the entire thing was flooded. There was so much water. It was like a fire hydrant going off. And I was like rushed downstairs with a bunch of towels and, a couple 100 pounds of weights. And I'm trying to do everything to pressure the water down because there's no way to shut it off. Because it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I had to call the police department so they could get a hold of somebody from the city to come out and dig up a hole by the street to shut it off. It was a disaster. You don't want that to happen.
I have a question for you though, in regards to that. While you're fixing your flooded basement, were you thinking about anything else?
No,
Any other
no,
tasks?
not one other task. You know what? That's so awesome that you mentioned that like that. No, not one other thing. There was not one other thing that was in focus other than how quickly I could get that thing straight, and back into a proper functioning order.
And
Not,
how exactly you did something, you did anything humanly possible to fix that and
yeah,
to make that happen. Now, what if you took that mentality and mindset to everything that you did?
that's awesome. That's perfect. I mean, that's like a perfect analogy. I love that. The other day, same thing. In my shop, I have a wood burner, and the piping exploded. It got so hot. The wood burner was so hot that the metal. I built like a special type of burner thing, so it creates like a mass heat. But the metal piece on the inside got so hot. It was older. It melted and locked off the smoke and everything from being able to leave. So all this pressure built up inside of smoke. And then when it got hot enough, it ignited and it blew like all the piping apart. Well, it was inside the building. So now it's loaded with wood and everything. And now all that smoke is just like rocking into the building. I couldn't see, couldn't breathe. But what could I do but rebuild, grab new piping, and cut everything as quickly as humanly possible, restack it all and vent it back to the outside, and then get the building all opened up? It was a living nightmare. But there was nothing I thought beyond how quick I could retunnel the smoke out of the building. There was nothing else could come to mind. Shit happens, and you just got to do it. And you're right. You focus on it. One thing always gets accomplished quickly and greatly when you do that.
And you can do it. That's a thing. And it's just not you. I think this is a situation with everybody. People don't place enough importance in the things that they do, especially when it comes down to pursuing their dreams. It's so important. Your dreams are important because you're important. And you have to place way more importance on the things that you're doing. You might just have to set the intention. You're like, this thing that I'm doing right now is very important. Like this live stream right now that I'm doing, it's extremely important. This is the most important thing that I could possibly do right now at this moment. I am not interested in thinking about anything else. And it's a matter of making things way more important and raising the stakes as much as you can. And you'll see how your mindset's going to shift and how your productivity is going to change.
Yeah. That's when you're doing stuff like that, you never think about, you don't, again, because you're focused on what you're doing, you don't even realize how important that is. That ability to focus so greatly on one thing that even afterwards, the thoughts of that have slipped away. That you just never even pair it together.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Crazy.
So what are you going to do? Are you going to start monotasking from now on?
Absolutely. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best to put a calendar together. I am the worst at that. I'm the worst human in the world at properly booking something.
Why?
Because I'm always multitasking. Like, say work comes in. If I need to rush out and take care of something I try to keep a theater running. Mm-hmm. So if something goes wrong, I rush to all of those things and I try to do them all at the same time. And it just like now, I'll drop whatever I'm doing in most cases and just go. If there's any if there's any possible way, I take care of it. So now it's done, it's completed. And you can count that, I'm somebody that'll show up and do something for you, type of thing. Yeah. So I try to do stuff in that fashion. And it's just all over the place.
Yeah. And you know what? Get help too. Get help. Find people to help you out. Leverage other people, right? There are people out there that are willing to help. Like for me, for example, I have an assistant that takes care of all my administrative duties. He takes care of scheduling. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be able to do as much as I'm able to do now. And it's just, he's part-time, so it's only 10 hours a week. That's all he's working, but it's taking off so much off my shoulders. Getting help, delegating is very important. You don't have to do everything by yourself. There are people that will help you.
I would love to find I would love to find some of those. You know, and even and so, you know, you learn a lot in the process, but it always made it hard. You know, even if there was a holiday dinner or something where I was supposed to go meet family or somebody, I wasn't making it there. You know what I mean? I could never give you oh yeah, I'll be there at 1 o'clock. I just, you know, I'll be there maybe and I'll do my best. And it was always like that and for everything. So it's really hard. That's what I got to, you know, really what I want to work on is keeping a schedule, but yet at the same time, I love showing up for everything, you know, and knowing that, you know, somebody can count on you. And I know deep down, the more you can schedule and the more you meet those marks, the more that will actually happen in a smoother fashion than,
yeah.
So.
It's a shift in mindset, and you're getting there. It's coming along. It's coming along. You've taken steps towards it, and you don't have to be that rigid either. It's all in your personality types. Some people like having more freedom in their calendar. You don't have to have every single thing booked up. You could leave like 30% to chance and to do wonderful things. So just schedule according to your personality too. You don't have to be that rigid like me, right? I'm pretty rigid. Like every single thing needs to be scheduled. I give myself 10% for freedom. But other than that, everything is scheduled and color coded, and nobody touched my calendar ever.
Well, you always make your mark though, right? So
yeah,
that's the way to do it. Very good. I don't know now. That threw me off. That answered like a whole bunch of stuff. I'm mind blown by the whole focus thing. That one got me. I mean, I don't know how many times I've like set my full focus into things and just never get that how important that really is. So if anybody, you know, catches this, watches this from in the future, pay attention to that. Pay attention to what you're working on and what you're doing, and see how focused. If you can break your focus long enough to see how focused you are, do it, because I think it really will help. I mean, that brought me a whole new light. Seriously, that was just never dawned on me, and I love that. So I'm taking that away from here today as a great positive. It's all positive, but that one,
yeah. And it's also for the folks watching, and for you and for me too, it's a constant practice, is being focused in every situation that you're in, being present for each other. I think, yeah, it's great when we'll talk about calendars, time management, and all of that. We all have very limited time. Now, if the limited time that we really focused and we're like human to human, face to face, and we really focused on each other, you'll see how much more things that you could, what am I trying to say? What's the word I'm looking for? When you're present for each other, you'll really truly see the person who's inside, and versus like all sorts of crazy shit going on. And I think that's the most important thing. See, I got distracted while I was saying that. I think that's very important. More important than scheduling, time management, and all of that is really being present for each other, and focusing on them, and making sure that the small amount of time that you have with them is amazing and it's of good quality with every single person that you come across.
it does, and right from the beginning when you mentioned, about how to find, somebody had the question of how to find or meet the people that you're looking for, or for the path that you want to go down. That's a huge part of it. When you start giving your time or sharing your time with others, and they notice you and they're giving it back, right? Devote your full attention. Do the best you can, make your mark. So before somebody turns and they go the other way, you know what I mean? So it's so important to give your all in everything that you do. And everybody deserves their time. If somebody has their time, it's their time.
I have an interesting story to leave off with. I know we're kind of out of time. I was speaking with this gentleman named Josh Peiss, and he was telling me about the study that they did many years ago during a war of these two soldiers. They had an American soldier and another soldier. I can't really say who it is. And anyway, when they put them in front of each other, when they really looked into each other's eyes and they were present for each other, they just couldn't kill each other. Like they just couldn't do it. because they really saw the humanity in each other's face and eyes. So
Awesome. I
we need to do more of that in this world. That's what I
love that.
believe.
That's awesome. Cool story to end that with. Well, Lily, I know you're busy. Is probably one of the most busiest human beings around.
I monetize, though. I monetize.
You do, but you're busy.
I am.
I hope everybody that's here, I'll put a link in the description box over to Lily's channel. If you haven't got a chance to check it out yet, you're going to want to do that. Her name's LIly Ma. She's wonderful. I got to thank you for being here. Thanks for stopping by, spending some time on Hazys Day. Absolutely appreciate it. Again, just a wonderful story. Wonderful. I'm leaving here with some great points today. So I love that. So thank you very much. I hope everybody that's out there that gets a chance to see this, watch it twice.
Amazing. All right. Well, thank you so much. And I hope we could make this more of a regular thing. And I would be honored to come back.
I would love to have you back. I would anytime. It's wonderful. You're like one of the greatest people to speak with. Absolute pleasure. So thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Well, thank you guys for watching.
All right. Thank you, everybody. From right here at Hazys Day 2018, the year of the super sexy, amazing, and wonderful. We're going to figure it out as we go, but this is going to be the greatest year yet. Thank you all for watching Hazys Day 2018. We'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Peace.
Thank you.